DKCU, number 12, Megan Carl. Number 10, Bridget Gannon. Number 11, Zoe Gannon. Number 17, Mary Therese Harrison. Number 2, Sophia Hine. Number 23, Hannah Hickman. Number 13, Kira Lilly. Number 9, Yasmin Martinez. Number 18, Elizabeth Nix. Number 17, Sierra Rue. Number 4, Cassandra Salviola. Number 25, Isabel Segretti. And number 34, Jasmine Capilla. And give it up for your other finalists. Edgewater Castle FC, number 3, Danielle Budak. Hey, I didn't write these. I'm trying to decipher. Number 16, Flower Eddington. Number 20, Charlotte Sims. Number 23, Stella Sturgill. Number 26, Ainsley Christensen. Number 14, Carolina Warren Parada. Number 5, Catherine Stevens. Number 4, Danny Schugasser. Number 48, Damian Lucas. Number 12, Jocelyn Lee. Number 33, Kelsey Ham. Number 10, Levon Hall. Number 8, Kylie Egan. Number 1, the goalkeeper, Lucy Clark.
Good afternoon now, and welcome to Game 3 of the State Cup Finals today at Techie Park in Northbrook, Illinois. Thanks for joining us here on the Midwest Media Network YouTube page. I'm Alex Campbell.
As for the third time this season, Edgewater Castle and Dekalb County United face off, this time with a trophy on the line. I'm Alex Campbell. Thanks for joining us. Edgewater Castle coming off winning a national championship in United Women's Soccer, having won the Central Conference, in which Dekalb County also plays. They finished third, did Dekalb County, in conference play, but it's a bit of a different Edgewater team today, really for both teams, as later in the summer, colleges are getting players back in camp, especially at the D1 level, and it's just harder and harder to get everybody out for the day. So we've got a couple of youth players on both teams who are suiting up today. First for Edgewater Castle, Lucy Clark is in goal. Defender number 3, Danielle Budak. Defender number 4, Danny Schulgasser. Forward number 5, Catherine Stevens. Midfielder number 8, Kylie Egan. Defender number 10, Captain Lauren Hall. Forward number 19, Courtney Sangstock. Midfielder number 33, Kelsey Ham. Defender number 20, Charlotte Sims. Midfielder number 14, Carolina Carrion. And midfielder number 48, Darian Lucas. For DeKalb County, it is Beth Meeks in goal. Forward number 2, Sophia Hine. Defender number 4, Cassandra Salviola. Midfielder number 9, Yasmin Martinez. Midfielder number 12, Megan Carl. Midfielder number 13, Kyra Lilly. Midfielder number 3, Mary Harrison, is this shot from Kelsey Ham is right at Meeks. Forward number 23, Courtney Cruzanga, Forward number 17, Sierra Ryu. And then the 2 youth players, number 10, Bridget Gannon, and her sister, number 11, Zoe Gannon. Near side Ryu. These teams at NIU this season played a 3-2 back-and-forth crazy game. Jocelyn Lee, the Golden Boot winner of the Central UWS Conference, scored in the 90th minute to rescue the win for Edgewater Castle, who come into today a perfect 11-0-0 in their league season. DeKalb having gone 4 wins, 4 losses, no draws, oddly. Second game was at Loyola University Chicago, Edgewater's home field, and the Rooks winning that one 3-1. Turning out wide, this is Bridget Gannon. Again, one of the players called up from the DKCU Academy for today's game. Hits Gets that off of Scholgasser, the Edgewater right back. Cutting back, flag is up. Ball's in the back of the net, but that was not particularly close. As PA confirms it is offside. Kylie Egan hitting that forward, and one of the Edgewater co-captains. Played back by Courtney Kruzenga, the high school senior at Sycamore High. Very, very young Dekalb team today. Plenty of youth for Edgewater, though, as well. Here's Sophia Hine of North Central. Sophia Hine to the byline, crossing. Shooting chance, no, as Scholgasser hammers it away. Scholgasser, who usually plays on the left side as a left back or a left wing back for Edgewater, playing on the right today with Kelsey Ham in her usual left back spot. Zoe Gannon holding on to possession there. Kyra Lilly. Salviola squaring for Kruzenga. Ball loose in midfield. Catherine Stevens for Edgewater got a touch. Former Loyola Rambler. Salviola knocks that against Carolina Carrion. She'll be a freshman at College of DuPage this fall, having recently graduated from Lincoln Park High School in Chicago. Denny Scholgasser, the former Arizona State club player. Stevens, all the way here for Kelsey Ham. Played at Vassar College back in her collegiate days, the North Carolina native. Courtney Sangstock looking to turn in midfield. It's well done by the youngster Zoe Gannon, who then wins a free kick. Looks like for Dekalb, as I mentioned, Meeks is in goal. It's Zoe Gannon, Kruzenga, Salviola, and Mary Harrison across the back line. Midfield of Megan Carl, Kyra Lilly, and Yasmin Martinez. And across the front line, Sierra Ryu, Sophia Hine, and the other youngster, Bridget Gannon, on the left wing. Megan Carl, the DeKalb captain, to the end line, looking to cross. Blocked out there by Danny Budak, the former North Park Vikings center back. Edgewater Castle with 4 youth call-ups today. Charlotte Sims and Carolina Carrion, both in the starting lineup. For Edgewater, looking, it's a back 4 of Scholgasser, Budak, Hall, and Ham. Darian Lucas, Kylie Egan, and Carolina Carrion in the midfield. Out wide right is Charlotte Sims. And then through the middle, or off the left, I should say, it's Catherine Stevens. And then Courtney Sangstock leading the line. This is taken away by Ryu. Sophia Hine speeding to the end line. Lots of room being found here early. And getting a foot in the way was Carry On as it's scooped up by the UWS National Championship MVP, Lucy Clark. Quickly playing this out for Scholgasser. It's an Edgewater team who had basically been playing an almost identical 11 for the last 4 or 5 matches they played in UWS this year. Lots of changes today. Should note they do have their leading scorer, Jocelyn Lee, on the bench. But it's a bit of a sparse bench today for Edgewater. They've got 2 other youngsters, Ainsley Christensen and Stella Sturgill on the bench. And then Flower Eddington, who hasn't played this season. She's one of the assistant coaches, but is a former Edgewater Castle regular. Putting the cleats back on today, if need be. Away by Ham. Kruzenga will play this out on the near side for an Edgewater throw. Got to check what minute we're in because it was a bit frantic to get things started today. We are in the 9th minute of play, which means we started things today right about the 25 after the hour mark. So all things considered, we could be running a lot more behind on these games today than we currently are. Thanks for joining us, though, for Game 3 of 4. First game, we saw no one score for a while. Then we saw goals in the 79th and 83rd cancel out between Wisła and SAC Lightning. SAC Lightning went on to win the over 30 championship in penalties. It's a good turn here by Courtney Sangstock. Referee plays advantage. And then in our second game, it was an early goal for FC Select under 23s. Looked like they might take control of that one. Instead, Charny-Yazvo, 3 late goals to turn that one around and win the under 23 championship. This is game 3. Game 4 will follow. That's Edgewater Castle men against FC Select, their first team, but we'll see a lot of those same FC Select guys again for that one. Yasmin Martinez. There's a very strong North Central College flavor to this game today. You've got Martinez and Salviola on one side, along with Sophia Hine going up against their former captain, Kylie Egan, for Edgewater. There's actually even normally more North Central to this Dekalb team. Mackenzie Loomis not here today, usually partners Salviola at center back for this side. And they are going to be defensive partners for the Cardinals this year. Salviola being the North Central current captain. Egan sweeping ball. That's cut out on the far side by Mary Harrison. Oh, look at that. She's also headed to North Central this fall. The Boylan Catholic High School grad. So that is 4 Cardinals in the 11 today for DeKalb County. Good step there by Ryu. Trying to play it through for Hine. Both teams have a couple of high schoolers in their lineup today, but should note, nobody on this DeKalb team is older than a college senior to be. This Edgewater team, meanwhile, is everything from high school to current college to recent college to haven't been playing college ball in quite a while. You see a lot of different makeups of teams at this level, and these are 2 pretty contrasting ones. Bit of a heavy touch there by Darian Lucas, former frequent Edgewater player. This is her first appearance of 2025. Formerly of Kishwaukee College and then Roosevelt University. She's one of a couple in the Edgewater team who are current employees of the Chicago Fire in various capacities. She's a youth coach. Trying to run this down along the far side and not quite doing so was Charlotte Sims. Charlotte Sims actually not a high schooler. She's a rising junior at Swarthmore out on the East Coast. Went to UChicago Lab. Actually not the only Swarthmore grad that has played for Edgewater or Swarthmore current or former student, I should say, that's played for Edgewater this year. Megan Ruoff. We saw her play 2 games in the midfield for them earlier this summer. Sims has played 6 games each of her 2 seasons for the Swarthmore Garnet. Sangstock on the turn, and here is Sims. And good step there by Salviola. DeKalb County today looking to get one over on Edgewater, but on a day where it would mean a trophy rather than just a regular season matchup. Forward by Kruzenga. Scholgasser into the feet of Lucas. Back for Budak. Bouncing ball forward. Catherine Stevens. Stevens 7 goals this summer in 11 games. Do want to give a shout out to Edgewater midfielder Emily Olson, who's unavailable due to injury today. Started all 11 games in UWS this summer before picking up an injury in that national final. Stevens playing in her 11th game today, of a possible 12. Should note that also the Rooks played a couple games in the National Amateur Cup system, which starts as a regional tournament and then works its way up. They lost in a crazy 4-3 game to FC Milwaukee Torrent to go out of that competition at the regional semifinal stage. Budak. Lauren Hall, who you may have seen singing the national anthem at Cubs games if you're a Wrigley Field regular. Scholgasser stepping into midfield here. Playing that ball towards Stevens on the turn. Well defended there by Kruzenga. Now a chance for Ryu to get forward. Outside, this is Bridget Gannon. Carry on. Sangstock looking to turn and collided there with Salviola, and it's a free kick for DeKalb County. Salviola now to take the free kick, a set-piece regular spent on penalties for the North Central Cardinals in the recent past. Lucas trying to turn, couldn't quite find Egan. Right back comes Yasmina Martinez for DeKalb County. Zoe Gannon. Ryu knocking it down the line for Bridget Gannon. Kelsey Ham. No. Quick roster correction. We have Hannah Hickman, 63 normally on the roster, wearing 23 today. The future Eastern Illinois Panther. Been told she was allowed to leave preseason camp for the day to come play in this game. So again, both teams here, not exactly full strength, 100% in-form players, but one of these groups is walking out of here with a cup today. Nonetheless. So again, apologies to the Hickmans and anybody watching specifically for Hannah. She's on the right side of center back there. Came to DeKalb County having been a Rockford Raptors player in the past. A former All-State player for Batavia High School. Kelsey Ham and Lauren Hall got their wires crossed a bit there. Here's Sierra Ryu. Hall getting a foot in. And it's a DeKalb County throw down on the near right. Egan back helping defend. Edgewater have flipped the wingers. We've now got Sims on this near left side and Stevens shading off the right. To the far side, Lucy Clark will corral this. Dekalb County are the defending champions of the Women's State Cup. They also won the trophy in 2022. So they're looking to make it a set of 3 with a win today. That was into a wall by Carrion. Darian Lucas, though, with room to turn. Lucas, Courtney Sankstock. Wide here, Catherine Stevens. Stevens looking to get to the byline. Players and ball collide. It's a corner kick, the first of the day for Edgewater. Kylie Egan over to take for Edgewater. Had 2 assists in that national UWS final. Outswinging corner here. Lauren Hall scored in that final, almost got ahead to that. And now a counterattacking opportunity. Here goes Cassandra Salviola. Hines offside ahead of her. Look for a ball through. That's a great pass. Megan Carl, big opportunity. Carl sprawling went Lucy Clark. Well done by the Edgewater keeper to snuff out that fire. Schulgasser. Looking long for Egan, who kept her run going. Salviola retreating. This is all the way back here to Meeks, the DeKalb High School senior. Meeks, one of 5 goalkeepers to be rostered at some point this summer by DeKalb County. It's interesting, in the national semifinals we got to see, for UWS, we saw a keeper Edgewater had seen before this season. That was Morgan Lucic, who's a native of Rancho Santa Margarita, California, but transferring to NIU this fall. Came out to Northern Illinois earlier this summer for some college preparation. Played a couple games for DeKalb. Went back home. Played a couple games for SoCal FC. Catherine Stevens' shot is right at Meeks. Ball bouncing past Egan and Carl. Budak gets there. Budak having played 66 games, all starts for North Park, where Edgewater head coach Emma Woodley coaches. Ball to the far side. Will Stevens catch up to this one? She will. Stevens centering. Cut out by Martinez, who was tracking back from midfield. Yasmin, 54 games in 3 years at North Central so far. Given away, though. Carry on. Carry on. Shooting. Blocked. And then away by Hickman. Martinez, anywhere will do. As the Rooks prepare their first change. And this is a fun one. It's going to be Flower Eddington, who's been an assistant coach all season. She's going to come on for Carolina Carrion. And Flower Eddington looking to roll back the years here. All of the Edgewater assistant coaches, except goalkeeper coach Stockton Mayer, are all former Edgewater Rooks. Kristen Booz and Natalie Mathis, the other 2, in addition to Eddington. Eddington, I know, though, is still a very competitive, high-level rec league player. As that's given away by Lauren Hall. Big chance here. Megan Call's in on goal. Megan Call for DeKalb. Saved by Lucy Clark. And Lucy Clark got caught there. And Clark has dealt with her fair share of recent bumps. Had an ankle injury that kept her out of the UWS Midwest Conference Championship game. And then sustained a mild wrist injury in the UWS National Semifinal. And some immediate concern here, I don't know if it's for blood or what the situation is, but quickly, oh yeah, okay, Clark with a nice gash on her right leg. Doesn't seem too concerned about the pain at this point, but she's going to need to be taped up. There is, to my knowledge, not another goalkeeper on the bench today for Edgewater Castle. Have to see if I can spot anybody over there who is filling that role. So we've got a bit of a stoppage here. About 25 minutes into this one. 0-0 between Edgewater Castle and DeKalb County, but DeKalb County getting the better of the looks so far. This most recent one resulting in a collision between Lucy Clark of Edgewater and Megan Carl, the DeKalb captain, that saw Clark get a bit of a gash, and now she's getting all taped up. I think that's assistant coach Kristen Booz on duty. Edgewater men's team beginning to gather behind the bench ahead of our fourth game today. Back underway here after that slight stoppage. Budak out wide for Schulgasser. Hall looking to the near side. That's cut out by Zoe Gannon. Challenge won there by Eddington. Martinez, though, getting it back for DeKalb. Martinez able to turn and go forward. Great ball through. Here's Megan Carl again. Carl squaring away by Schulgasser. And Hall straight into the air. Kept in on the far side by Stevens. Sangstock. Was that a push by Salviola Knows as the referee? So again, this is DeKalb have not played a game in going on a month now. About 3 weeks at least. Good step by Lauren Hall. And again, Edgewater just haven't stopped playing games. Hall, Sangstock, trying to head this wide, and does for Sims. Kelsey Hammond support. Taken away though. Ryu trying to go the other way. Into midfield, Martinez. And then Schulgasser stepping in on the challenge there. Now Kylie Egan for Edgewater. Sims won't quite keep this in play. Throw in for DeKalb County. Both teams preparing subs. Sims will go off for Edgewater. And it's Kyra Lilly out of the match for the Rooks. Trying to see who the new players in were. Lucas giving and going. Lucas. Egan's shots is right at Meeks. I believe that is Ainsley Christensen who is subbed on, but I'm going to have to double check that for Edgewater Castle. Izzy Segretti is in the game. It looks like for DeKalb, but I got to double check my numbers as I learned the hard way already today. 25 is Izzy Segretti, and a whistle, offside flag is up. Edgewater going to make another change here. And Darian Lucas gets a break. And that's going to see Lauren Hall move up into midfield, and the new player is going to go into defense. That's either Stella Sturgill or Ainsley Christensen. They're both in the game now, so just got to wait and see who's where. Looks like that is Sturgill on the far side, on the right side of things now. And that is Ainsley Christensen at center back. Christensen heading to UMass Dartmouth this fall. Recent graduate of Whitney Young High School. Sturgill, a rising sophomore at Sarah Lawrence University. Segretti. Back for Harrison. And now Carl. Ryu. Broken up by a combination of Ham and Hall. Christensen, Hall. And now Catherine Stevens. Not quite on the same page with Sangstock, but this ball will roll and stay in play. Handled here by Hickman. And now Meeks does really well there to find Mary Harrison. Hine, dispossessed by Hall. Sturgill dropping it back and getting it back now. 15 games for the Sarah Lawrence Griffins in her first season. Catherine Stevens in behind here for Edgewater, and it's into the back of the net. Meeks got a hand to it. Wasn't enough. Catherine Stevens breaks the deadlock. Season. Here, Catherine 31 minutes in here for Edgewater, and it's into the back of the net. But in the end, it's Edgewater who get on the board first. Just confirming that is the 31st minute. And Catherine Stevens gets her 8th goal of the summer. Slightly hesitated there because I saw Meeks get a hand to it, but she only parried it into the side netting. And also really significant in that build-up, a couple minutes ago we saw that change where Lauren Hall stepped into midfield, and the sequence that led to that goal was a quick combination of passes between Hall, Egan, and Stevens, 3 regulars this season, chemistry paying off for Edgewater Castle. Here's Kelsey Ham. Cutting it near side, Kylie Egan. Egan crossing, not cleared yet. Martinez, got to be careful, and gets it away. Ham, Egan.
Goal by Edgewater. 1-0.
Stevens got a foot in. No, but Edgewater have just looked better immediately in the last few minutes since Hall moved up into midfield. And it's now a unit of her, Egan, and Eddington. Very much a veteran group in the center of the park now for the Rooks. Hall, Egan, Sangstock. Looking in behind again for Stevens. Catherine Stevens again. This time right to Beth Meeks. Meeks at 5'11". Eddington couldn't win that one away from Bridget Gannon. Back the other direction. Stevens trying to just head this forward. Stevens up against Zoe Gannon. And eventually anywhere will do for Hickman. Substitution for DeKalb County, as Bridget Gannon will be subbed out. Really a credit, though, to DeKalb County with what they've been building with their academy, specifically on the girls' side in recent years. A region that was kind of just the domain of Rockford Raptors and nobody else, now very much has another player. Sangstock, shoulder to shoulder there along the sideline, wins a throw-in. New player onto the field is number 34. I believe that's Grace Williams. Just got to double check. No, that is Jasmine Capilla, who at least I do have somewhere on this very large sheet of paper in front of me. Kylie Egan to the back post. Headed away by Harrison. And foul called. Jasmine Capilla, can't tell you much other than that she played one game at Black Hawk College back in 2021. So, kind of put her in the same category as Flower Eddington. This is someone being called out of quasi, amateur soccer retirement to play in this game. On the turn, it's Sangstock. Meeks has it, though. Bouncing ball to midfield. Carl flicked it on. Stevens again, seeing a lot of the ball since she scored. Ball squirms loose. Eddington a touch to it. Now Schulgasser. Seeing a lot of players here today for Edgewater who've been really important in the young history of this team. Kelsey Ham around the outside. Ham cutting it back. Was that a hand? Referee says it was. Penalty to Edgewater. It's, I think, Megan Carl, the Dekalb captain, who didn't even put up any argument. And it's going to be Lauren Hall, one of the Edgewater captains, it looks like, to take the penalty. 2 goals on the season were both from open play. Edgewater's normal penalty taker, Jocelyn Lee, is on the bench at the moment. So it's a chance for the veteran to double the Rooks' lead here in the 37th minute. Lauren Hall versus Beth Meeks from 12 yards. Hall scores, and it's 2-0. 37th minute, Edgewater double their advantage here in the State Cup final, and it's co-captain Lauren Hall who puts it in the back of the net. Again, Meeks getting a touch just like on the first goal, but not enough. And the Rooks have weathered an early storm that Dekalb brought into this game. The young team looking much more energetic early on, but the experience now paying off. Goals in the 31st and 37th, giving Edgewater Castle some daylight as they chase yet more hardware this season. Edgewater have never won this particular competition. As I mentioned earlier, DeKalb County are regulars. Should also note, though, this is a one-off game this year because no one else entered. Egan ahead for Stevens. Is it going to be more? Catherine Stevens squaring! And somehow it couldn't be directed home by Sangstock. Goal kick. That close, though, to it being 3-0. Edgewater wondering how that's not a corner. In any sense, it's a goal kick, and we have another substitution. Kylie Egan will get a break in midfield. Darian Lucas is going to come back in. Egan, a player who, in most games, at least for the last month, when they've really mattered a lot, doesn't come out of games. Egan, who played 58 games with 55 starts in 3 seasons at North Central. Scored against Crystal Lake Force twice, and in the semifinal of UWS against Michigan Jaguars, plus an assist in that game, and then, as I mentioned earlier, the 2 assists on the 2 goals in the final. Hall on the turn. This is Sturgill. Now Sangstock. There's Lucas on side. She wasn't so sure. Either way, Stevens has won it back. Catherine Stevens has a go. In the end, easy save down to her right by Beth Meeks. But what I was saying before was Edgewater Castle got a nice plaque for winning the UWS Midwest Conference Championship. Got a very nice-sized trophy for winning UWS Nationals last weekend, and they're looking to add a cup to that today. Well on their way so far. Hand through the lines. Here's Sangstock. Sangstock, the former Lewis University Flyer. It's a goal kick after good defending by Hannah Hickman. Played short here to Zoe Gannon. And immediately in trouble again are Dekalb. Sangstock. Again, Edgewater nearly made this 3-0 inside of a 10-minute span a couple of minutes ago. Lauren Hall getting forward. The back heel to Kelsey Ham. Edgewater know they're in control right now. Ham's shot bounces to Beth Meeks. Kelsey did score 1 goal this season. It was in the regular season at home against Crystal Lake Forest, but one of those, was it a shot? Was it a cross? I think she'd probably tell you with a wink and a nod that it was a shot. But it was a curling ball into the box from about 35 yards out that floated into the top corner. And has been really solid. Edgewater were playing out of a back 3 most of the year, but switched to a back 4 recently. We'll get back to that in a moment here. Sophia Hine on the first attack in quite a while for DeKalb County. Hine crossing! The header was there, but not on target by Jasmine Capilla. That close to DeKalb getting one back. But in the final weeks of the regular season and then through the playoffs, Edgewater Castle went from a 3-5-2 to it was essentially a 4-3-3, and that was tasking Kelsey Ham with going from a wingback position to a true fullback, and she's played really, really well since that switch. Kyra Lilly back into the match for DeKalb County, and she's going to replace Sierra Ryu, who has just walked off the near side. A reminder, this is game 3 of 4 today so far. It's been SAC Lightning in the over 30 division and Charney Yazvo in the U23 division to claim trophies. We'll hand out a third here, and then we'll finish off the afternoon with the men's state cup final. Edgewater Castle against FC Select. Edgewater's men also looking to win the state cup for the first time. Carl. Nice turn along the sideline. And winning a throw-in right in front of the Edgewater bench. About the 43rd minute now by my watch. Sigretti giving and going there with Carl. Booted away by Danielle Budak. Loose ball falling here to Stella Sturgill. Hall turning and finding Kelsey Ham. Space for Darian Lucas. Options ahead. Lucas trying to roll this through. Running onto this one is Sturgill. Goes down. Is now trying to go the other way is Capilla. Ball will run for Hine. Out wide for Lilly. Into the middle, there's nobody there. Bouncing ball, Stevens trying to control. And Edgewater will simply flip the field. Salviola out wide now for Mary Harrison. Late stages of the first half, Edgewater Castle lead 2-0 on goals from Stevens and Hall. Eddington, Hall, Sturgill On the run down the far side, Sturgill looking to center. Salviol was there. And now Izzy Segretti. DeKalb County United Academy player still, given that she's a rising high school senior, Segretti, at Sycamore High School. The alma mater of a good chunk of this DeKalb County program. Lauren Hall looking forward immediately for Catherine Stevens, and strong charge there by Beth Meeks. Swallow that chance up. Addington missed that one, but Hall did not. Captain to captain, Megan Carl. Carl, the recent University of Northern Kentucky grad. 48 games there in 3 seasons after transferring from Iowa State. Zoe Gannon. Dropping deep here, Kyra Lilly. 45 minutes are up here in the first half. Haven't seen the referee signal a number to the 4th official just yet. Sturgill, Eddington. Sangstock, Sturgill. Good ball movement here from the Rooks. And that is a corner. Referee, was that a signal of 1 minute, or was he pointing at something else? Who's to say? That was indeed a signal of 1 minute. They could do the assistant referee on the near side for the confirmation. So this will be about it for the first half. With no Egan on the field, it's Scholgasser to take. Into the middle. Partially cleared. Back out Scholgasser. Scholgasser into the area. Sangstock on the turn. Flags up. Won't count. Edgewater, again, almost a third. But what a strong second half of the first half by Edgewater Castle. DeKalb County could not make their superior play in that opening 20 minutes count as the referee blows for halftime. Catherine Stevens and Lauren Hall with goals that put one hand on the trophy for Edgewater Castle. DeKalb County United, 45 minutes to turn this around. We'll take a break. You're watching the Illinois State Cup Finals on the Midwest Media Network YouTube page. About to get underway here in the Illinois State Soccer Association Women's Cup Final. Edgewater Castle lead Dekalb County United 2-0 on goals from Catherine Stevens and Lauren Hall. I'm Alex Campbell. Thanks so much for joining us on this Saturday afternoon on the Midwest Media Network YouTube page. Get a quick survey of the field and go through who's all out there. This is a good ball to the far side as the Edgewater fullbacks have flipped. Kelsey Ham now playing on the right and Danny Schulgasser the left, despite the fact that Ham was having a lot of success down this near side in that first half. For DeKalb County, it is Beth Meeks in goal. The back four is Zoe Gannon, Hannah Hickman, Cassandra Salviola, and Mary Harrison. Midfield trio of Yasmin Martinez, Megan Carl. And to start the second half, let's see. It actually looks like they're going to go straight 4-4-2 now, trying to get more attackers on the field, DeKalb. So the two in midfield are Carl and Martinez. They've got Sierra Ryu on the at right mid, Kyra Lilly on the left, and Bridget Gannon alongside Sophia Hine in attack. For Edgewater Castle, it is Lucy Clark in goal. It's a back four of Kelsey Ham, Danielle Budak, Ainsley Christensen, and Danny Schulgasser. It is a midfield of Lauren Hall, Kylie Egan, and Darian Lucas. And the front line is Stella Sturgill, Courtney Sangstock, and Catherine Stevens. Hammered forward by Hickman as Budak wins the header. Sturgill able to turn and find Egan. Ham driving this ball forward, was hoping for Sangstock. Lilly was closed down there by Sturgill. And the Sarah Lawrence sophomore. Chicago via having been a local before and having gone to University of Chicago lab for high school. Headed away. Long ball. Hine will give chase, but Christensen is there to just clear away for a throw. Thank you. Just some reorienting of things here on the sidelines, preparing for some potential inclement weather here in the north suburbs. Far side, Ryu trying to play this in behind for Carl. Got it off, and then Gannon took the shot. Corner to be swung in. Bridget Gannon, left-footed. Headed down on goal. Schulgasser got in the way. And in the end, it's another corner. Swung it again, all the way through. Referee says free kick for Edgewater Castle. Bridget Gannon formerly played basketball at Waubonsee Community College. Trying to see if she played soccer as well. Now seeing, I think we've got a couple different Bridget Gannons. She graduated from Caneland High School in 2023. There's Megan Carl. Carl racing forward all the way through. Gannon trying to chase. Lucy Clark's got it. Quickly back in play, Schulgasser. Egan. Kylie looking for Catherine Stevens. Just overcooked the pass, and Hickman clears. Hall. Egan. Courtney Sangstock. Kylie Egan hitting this forward. It slipped as she did so, though, and it's out for a goal kick. Giving it right back away. Here's Lauren Hall. Edgewater looking to pad a 2-0 lead. That was almost 3 at the end of the first half. Hall launching this forward. Stevens on the chase. And playing it safely out just for the corner kick is Zoe Gannon. Zoe Gannon, it looks like, is also headed to Waubonsee Community College, following her sister. And is going to play soccer there. Nice work there by Carl, and then Hine couldn't control it, but the referee's going to pull it back for a free kick.
You're fine.
Ham forward. Sangstock. For Hall through the lines. Kylie Egan. Egan knocked off the ball well there by Harrison on that occasion. Hine racing to keep this in and will. Sophia Hine on the attack for DeKalb County. Hine squaring. Lily blocked by Danielle Budak. Lily trying to recover. Chased to the corner here by Kelsey Ham. Ham keeping it in play. Sturgill. That ball is still in play. Good communication from the AR. Crossed by Harrison. Zoe Gannon. Blocked and taken away there by Darian Lucas. Now Kylie Egan. Egan wide for Catherine Stevens. Stevens down the line. Courtney Sangstock. Sangstock crossing to the middle. Ball bouncing. Kylie Egan couldn't keep it down. But a nice counter from Edgewater Castle. We've luckily avoided much, if any, rain so far today. Darian Lucas out wide here for Danny Schulgasser. Lucas again. Lucas wanted to go all the way to the near side where there was all sorts of room for Sturgill. Carl, first time ball here for Gannon. Budak lets that run. Hines going to give chase, and Christensen on the cover. Goes back for Lucy Clark. Looking at the local radar, looks like chances of rain have, I mean this in the literal sense, all but evaporated. Looks like we're going to be able to avoid too much rainfall here in the north suburbs today after it looked like we might be in for a very nasty day of weather. Megan Carl. Bit of a heavy touch, but gets it back. Carl dropping this back. I think I might have a name wrong because I thought Mary Harrison was wearing 3, but back of her shirt says something else. And that did not stay in. It's going to be a goal kick. As Edgewater make a sub. Edgewater switching some things around as we're going to see Kelsey Ham go over to she's going to go to forward on the left side, Kelsey Ham. As I didn't see exactly what the change made there was. Anyway, Egan crossing back post looking for Ham. Looks like it was the return of Charlotte Sims, and she replaced Danny Schulgasser. And now we're going to see Schulgasser's still out here playing on the right side of the defense. I'm trying to figure out who went off the field. Looks like it was Courtney Sangstock who made way. Sims, ball bouncing all the way through. Harrison had to deal with it and did. Gannon, working along the near side, kept it in play. Salviola. Stepping through challenges, Cassandra Salviola, and then eventually it's cut out by Schulgasser, but only as far as Megan Carl. Cross to the middle. Carl trying to get a shot away. Nothing there. Good defending by Schulgasser. Clears up to Stevens. Stevens trying to turn. Really well done by Kat Stevens. Chipping it ahead. Looking for Kelsey Ham. Ham leaving it for Hall. Hall, first time ball to the near side. Lots of room here for Sturgill. Good block in, though, by Gannon. Sturgill kept it in play, and Gannon won it back. FC Select, it looks like, going to be sporting a much more interesting outfit than they had in their first game today. They got an all pink and purple kit, preparing to be worn in today's final. I expect we will see the Edgewater Castle men be wearing the same kit you're seeing the Edgewater Castle women wearing. This is the Rooks home kit this season. Forward by Schulgasser. Kelsey Ham on the chase. Ham cutting it inside. Darian Lucas. Good defensive work by Yasmin Martinez. Christensen out for Ham. And then Martinez just puts a boot through it. Flower Eddington's been waiting to sub in for a while. She will check in now. And she'll replace Darian Lucas. So back to that Hall, Eddington, Egan midfield we saw at the end of the first half that was just dominant for Edgewater Castle. Eddington immediately stepping in front of that one. Here's Catherine Stevens. Stevens trying to get the shot away, took a heavy touch, and Harrison takes advantage. Flag stays down. Eddington, Hall, looking for Kelsey Ham. The one available Edgewater player we haven't seen today, and I was talking to some of Edgewater staff at halftime, we were wondering if the plan was for her to not play today, is their leading goal scorer, Jocelyn Lee. 11 goals in 11 games of UWS competition this summer. Flower Eddington holding off Martinez. Back for Schulgasser. Schulgasser dribbling around one. Schulgasser laying this out wide. Sturgill into the area. Good defending by Harrison. It's an Edgewater corner. Again, game 3 out of 4 today. We will, shortly after the conclusion of this one, have the men's State Cup final. We're right now, what minute are we in here in the women's? 63rd. We're in the 63rd minute here, which means the 90th minute whistle will come about 10 after the hour. Lauren Hall was there, but a punch by Meeks does enough. It's off of Hall last, and a goal kick. So, assuming nothing very silly happens in terms of the timing of this game, we're looking at the men's State Cup final kicking off probably at about 3:30 p.m. Eddington, another good step. Martinez again having to work back to help. She's fouled by Flower Eddington. And it's a free kick. Shout out to everybody at the Illinois State Soccer Association making this big day possible. It's a big day on the calendar for the ISSA. The National Amateur Cup Final is also tonight. That's up in Milwaukee, and Chicago's RWB Adria will be playing in that match. And Martinez looks like she might have taken a bit of a knock, and she'll be replaced by Izzy Segretti. Longing for Harrison to the near side. Sturgill got there. Harrison has to keep that in to prevent the throw, and does. Taken back, though, by Egan. Kylie Egan crossing it back, hoping for the run of Sturgill, and Salviola will see that behind for a goal kick. Header won there by Budak. Segretti turning away from the pressure, but left that short. And Sims was able to intervene, trying to race this down. Charlotte Sims showing off her speed. But in the end, it is a throw for DeKalb County. Megan Carl on the turn. Harrison, back for Carl. Just took a loose touch. Throw in for Edgewater. Gannon winning it back, playing it down the line for Hine to chase. And Budak wins a throw for Edgewater.
Approximately in the 66th minute, Edgewater leads 2-0. If you just got here, thank you very much for coming to the ISSA State Cup Final. We are auctioning off, or raffling off rather, a Inter Miami Lionel Messi jersey. If you want
Stevens collecting that.
Use your phone, signing the QR code. You're entered in the chance to raffle off to win the Lionel Messi jersey.
Kylie Egan. Kelsey Ham. Back for Egan. Egan just fighting her way through a couple of challenges. Still Egan, edge of the area. Hall giving and going. And eventually, foul looks like was called, and it'll be a free kick for DeKalb County. Thanks again for spending some of your Saturday with us here live on YouTube on the Midwest Media Network. I'm Alex Campbell. Peter's behind the camera. And we appreciate you tuning in. Whether it's been for every game or you just joined us a few minutes ago. Stella Sturgill for Edgewater Castle. Up against Mary Harrison. Wins a corner. Edgewater preparing a change. It looks like Carolina Carry-On is going to be coming back in. Swung in, overhaul, and Gannon goes to the floor. And it's a free kick for DeKalb County. Carry-On will come in if the referee notices that the referee says I can't allow substitution on what is a free kick for DeKalb. Some confusion here because the ARs and the fourth official are saying allow the sub, and the center referee is saying no. And so Carry-On will wait. Megan Carl just slipped on the ball. Egan knocking it in the direction of Ham as Zoe Gannon goes wide. Ryu lost her touch there, and Sims is onto it. Sims still fighting there, and eventually Gannon clears up field and out for a throw-in that should elicit the substitution. Kylie Egan's going to get another break as Carry-On checks back in. Still 2-0 Edgewater. Catherine Stevens and Lauren Hall with the goals. Megan Carl for DeKalb County. Blocked there by Sturgill. Couldn't find Carry-On. Schulgasser just chips it long. Hickman got caught on it there, and Salviola clears her lines. Budak's got Hine on her back, and eventually Lucy Clark collects and quickly distributes for Danny Schulgasser. Carry-On for Hall. Hall looking straight up the middle for Stevens. Salviola got a foot in. And that rolls out for an Edgewater throw. Just over 20 minutes plus stoppage time to go here in the Women's State Cup Final. Edgewater leading 2-0. DeKalb County making a sub. It will be Bridget Gannon leaving the match to be replaced by Jasmine Capilla. Throw in here from Sturgill. Carl trying to turn. And now slaloming upfield, Megan Carl. Carl, nowhere to really go with the ball. Does find the feet of Capilla. Really good tackle by Ainsley Christensen. Only as far, though, as back to Carl. Carry on turning. And just played that too far in front of Sturgill. Schulgasser. Stevens. Hall. Wasn't sure if that was for Stevens or Ham, but Stevens putting the pressure on, and now Harrison with something to deal with. It's another Edgewater throw. Happy to see time tick off the clock here. Stevens battling there with Salviola. Ham, back wide, Sturgill. Sturgill gets her cross away, and taking no chances was Meeks. Segretti trying to hold on to that one as she drops it back for Zoe Gannon. Segretti. Courtney Sengstock being ready to come back in for Edgewater Castle. Kyra Lilly. Lilly looking through the lines. Here's Sophia Hine. Hine trying to get a shot away, never did. Schulgasser and then Eddington. Clear the danger for Edgewater Castle. Kelsey Ham is going to go out, as is... No, Kelsey Ham, I think, is just being told to switch positions again, because why not? Stella Sturgill subbing out. Carl on the turn. And everywhere today for DeKalb, but they still can't find much space. Sophia Hine closed down, and then Budak clears it off of Hine. Carl retaining possession, and I think Carry-on, got caught in the face in that last sequence. The referee's going to stop play to check on her. And so they are going to take Carry-on out of the match, and Darian Lucas checks back in. Ball hit long. Sangstock only giving it a cursory chase. A little over 15 minutes to go in the 90. Edgewater Castle lead 2-0, and neither side has had many good chances in the second half. Cassandra Salviola finding Mary Harrison. And that's out of play. Throw in here for the Rooks on the near side. Hall turning. Back to Sangstock. Flower Eddington. Lots of space on the far side here for Charlotte Sims. Down the line, Stevens peeling wide. Stevens centering. That's too high for Kelsey Ham. Segretti plays that off of Schulgasser for a throw. Kelsey Ham at 5'2" always was going to struggle to reach that cross. Long ball here for Capilla to chase. And Christensen did well. Clark got to be careful. Here comes Yasmin Martinez. Edgewater getting players back. Ryu. I don't know if that was a cross or a shot, but Lucy Clark took no chances and got a palm to it. Yasmin Martinez over to take the corner for Dekalb. Just over 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Dekalb need to get one back. Hung up to the far post. Budak got a foot to it and almost rolled in. That never hit a Dekalb player. Almost an own goal if not for Danny Schulgasser clearing off the line. Danielle Budak headed it backwards. Somebody swung and missed, and well positioned with Schulgasser to maintain the clean sheet for now for Edgewater Castle. Capilla trying to turn. Christensen got a tackle in, crossed back, and Budak this time way up into the sky. Here's Megan Carl again. Another good step by Schulgasser, who's had a really excellent defensive game today as Budak clears. Salviola just hits that right off of Sangstock. Sangstock, Ham and Stevens with her. Kelsey Ham. Ham trying to get to the end line. Ham's cross up into the air by Hickman. Ball came down and bounced. Sims got a touch to that. And keeps it in play. Well done. Lauren Hall. Edgewater closing in on a first ever state championship. Looking to effectively win a treble this summer if they can hold on here. Sent skyward by Meeks. Here's Yasmin Martinez. Edgewater have just done so well clogging up the middle of the defensive midfield. Megan Carl hits the accelerator, ran into Schulgasser. Budak got a touch. Lucy Clark showed off her athleticism to prevent a corner. It's just a throw. Again, if you are looking for the men's State Cup final, welcome. Hope you can enjoy the end of the women's match. We're looking at hopefully no later than a 3:30 kickoff for the men's match. Megan Carl wanted to line that up on the volley, just didn't sit for her. Segretti, Martinez, Lauren Hall got a step in, and Kat Stevens clears. Darian Lucas looking for Kelsey Ham. Played that behind Sankstock, but here goes Catherine Stevens. Stevens with a goal already today. Stevens, edge of the area. Still Stevens. In the end, it's a tame shot. That's scooped up by Meeks. Sophia Hine doing well to maintain possession. Another corner here for DeKalb. Substitutions both sides. Desperate times for DeKalb County. Center back off, forward on. Hickman is replaced by Bridget Gannon. Kylie Egan is on for Kelsey Ham, so that's a midfielder in for a winger. Very much kitchen sink time for DeKalb County. Sophia Hine curls this in. Ball came all the way through. It's on the line, and it doesn't go in again. DeKalb County with two huge chances here late on, and they just couldn't get either one of them across the goal line. You can't say they haven't fought really hard in this second half, trying to find a goal or two. Schollgasser puts her foot through it. Courtney Sankstock. Sankstock did really well there and wins a throw. Sankstock to the middle. Egan just pushing her way past Segretti. And still Kylie Egan. Megan Carl covering every blade of turf out there today. Carl goes down, no foul, says the referee. Sims trying to stride the other way, and a bunch of players just ran into each other, and hopefully Ryu's all right. Bounces back up, does Sierra Ryu. Rising senior at Dominican. Gannon forward. Egan clears. Stevens a chance to look forward. Here's Flower Eddington. Edgewater, big counter opportunity. 5-on-4 if they hurry. And Eddington just gets stood up by Bridget Gannon. But then Eddington slides in, tried to win it back. Frantic moments here as legs tire. Yasmin Martinez launching forward. Wants Sophia Hine. Danny Schollgasser there first. Edgewater Castle 5 minutes away from a state cup. DeKalb County 5 minutes to salvage something. Down 2-0. Sophia Hine tries to run at Schollgasser, who's had a really, really strong game this afternoon. Danny Schollgasser hasn't been a first-choice fullback for Edgewater this summer, but showing the depth this team has in her performance today. Budak gets clear. Gannon, they've got Gannon basically playing center back after she was a forward earlier. Martinez, Budak and Clark got in each other's way, and then Lucy Clark is able to collect. Yeah, it's interesting. I thought that was going to be a change in shape, but Gannon, who's played as a winger and a striker today, is literally just playing center back. Darian Lucas. Sims, strong challenge in there by Ryu. Sims keeps it in play, though, and wins a throw. Referee checking his watch. Egan able to control and win another throw. Edgewater Castle looking to cap what has been a truly incredible season. Undefeated in league play, United Women's Soccer National Champions, and looking to add a state cup title to the list. Dekalb defending their title today. Right now looking like they're going to be this year's runner-up. Budak. Christensen does the safe thing and plays it wide, but Sophia Hine won't even wait for the throw. Christensen does manage to get the ball out of play this time. It's a Dekalb throw-in. Martinez got that ball to the middle, and then Hall just gets run over by Gannon.
Approximately the 85th minute of the finals of the Women's Open ISSA State Finals. Sponsorship brought to you by Rocket Mortgage.
Hall back to her feet.
Better Homes and Gardens. White Jody. You just arrived. Thank you for coming. We're auctioning off or raffling off Inter Miami Lionel Messi jersey up at the tent. Just use your phone, scan in. It's free.
It's Kylie Egan to take the free kick here, which I think is because she's been determined to have maybe the strongest leg. And Schulgasser, Addington. Danny won't keep that in, but again, Edgewater holding on here. Couple of goalmouth scrambles, but that's been it. No real saves for Lucy Clark to make. Martinez. Harrison. Closed down by Eddington. Another throw-in for Dekalb. Eddington trying to push her way through. Gannon wins it. Schulgasser, Egan, and Budak clears. Sangstock might have gotten the tip of the bun to that, but it's only through to the goalkeeper, Meeks. Gannon forward. Schulgasser the header. Hine lets that run for a throw. Immediately looking for her college teammate Martinez. Yasmin Martinez knocks it long, but too long. Out for a goal kick. Stevens dropping deep. Sims pushed her way through, but not again. Megan Carl. Carl looking for a shooting opportunity and just couldn't wrap her foot around it. Budak. Hall. Good step there by Harrison. Segretti. Addington with the challenge. Another throw in for Dekalb. Waiting for the referee to signal how much stoppage time will play. Budak away. Gannon can't settle the bouncing ball. Here's Eddington. Sangstock. Darian Lucas. Edgewater looking for the nail in the coffin. Stevens doing the smart thing. She'll take this to the corner flag. And with the size advantage, he easily wins the throw. I wonder if we're going to play much stoppage time at all. The only real stoppage we had was when Lucy Clark was briefly shaken up. Oh, why not? There's Sims with the old front flip. Schulgasser. Courtney Sangstock. Her sister, Cam, has also been a big part of Edgewater this summer. Sangstock holding this away from Harrison. Rolls out for an Edgewater throw. And the referee blows for full time. There is no added time. Edgewater Castle, our Illinois Soccer Association state champions in 2025. Their first title. Congratulations to head coach Emma Woodley and to the Rooks. Edgewater going to look to make it 2 trophies on the day. We got one more game left. It's the men's state cup final, Edgewater Castle FC Select. We're going to hop over to that stream as quickly as we can. That game is right up next. Final score, Edgewater Castle 2, Dekalb County United 0. The goals from Catherine Stevens and Lauren Hall. For Peter, I'm Alex. Stay with us. The marathon's almost complete as we've got the final game of the day here live from Techney Park in Northbrook.